Good morning, everybody watching live on our YouTube stream and also on twitch.tv/Vince Russo Live. This is the great Billy Body from at DirtySheets.com. Billy is from the Dirty Sheets. He's from Lock Betting. He's from Podcast on a Pole. Billy does a show with me every single week called the Nitty Gritty Dirt Show. Billy has people on the inside, and he gives the news of everything going on in the world of professional wrestling before you even hear about it. And this show is to give you a little sneak peek of that show. Billy, what's going on, my friend?
Oh, homeschooling's going on. Me just sitting around doing my son's mum picked him up today and told me that I smelled. Because and then I immediately went to go and take a shower. I'm realizing that my showers have gone down to every other day, or even the routine's so off. You're actually not allowed out here unless you are making a trip to get food or medication. You're not allowed out here at all. So you better be coming back with a bag or two from groceries or supermarket, whatever you call it.
Are there people looking out for that, bro? Actually seeing if there really are?
The police go and talk to people that are sitting down outside. So if you're sitting down, you're allowed to go out for exercise and stuff. But they do patrol town centers. They're mainly looking for youths, I imagine, to go to parks to make sure games of soccer games between multiple people are not breaking out, because you're only allowed to exercise with people in your household. So I can actually take Austin out to play football, but I can't meet my brother and play football as three people. You get a fine for that.
Jeez, bro, that's crazy, man. Billy, I hope the hair smells good. Does the hair smell good, bro? That's all I'm interested in is the hair.
It's not not.
I mean, Billy, if I met you and that hair smelled bad, I would be very disappointed, Bill.
No, it smells good. I had messages about wet hair a few times when I've been on here. I also had someone message me going, "Oh, why have your eyes changed since Big Brother?" They haven't changed. What it is that when you go on TV, when on that show and all the photo shoots I did, there's always bright lights on you, so they look bluer, but they're still blue or green. See.
Well, not only that though, bro. I got to tell you, I watched the Big Brother footage. If I would have taken that footage and you now and put them side to side, I would not have thought it was the same person. You had no beard, no hair. You look like a complete baby face, bro. You look like two different people.
Oh, I had the hair. The hair was still long, but it was the Oasis long because it was fringe.
Yeah, not like this, bro.
It was still long. It was always I always liked Billy Kidman's hair when you guys had him, before WWE made him cut it. You know what it was, but he had the fringe. But then I think he started to part it. But I think originally when he was in the flock, like that, and then obviously we had bands over here like Oasis and stuff. Yeah, it was more like that, not parted like this.
Well, Billy, what's going on, man? Anything happening? I mean, what are we going to talk about over on the Nitty Gritty Dirt Show at patreon.com/Russo TWC? What are we going to discuss today?
Okay, so we're going to do what your wrestling journalists cannot do efficiently. We're going to break down this Peacock deal properly. They claim to be
awesome, bro. I love this stuff. I love talking about Billy, about the freaking business and the dollars and the cents and the deals. I love talk. See, that's what people don't understand with me, bro. The product sucks. The product is a waste of my time. I love the business of the business, the intrigue of the business. I could talk about that all day long. And see, Billy, this is also what separates you from those guys too, bro. Those guys can't separate the in-ring product from business. They can't, bro. They basically, bro, Alvarez did a show this week and he basically was saying that WCW hired two incompetent writers in me and Ed Ferrara. And if Tony Khan was around back then, Tony Khan, his creative and his booking would have kept the WCW in business. And I'm like, bro, either you're stupid or you're high. These guys cannot accept, bro, from a business perspective, Turner and Time Warner wanted out of wrestling. They literally, they still believe, bro, WCW went out of business because of a writer, because of Hulk Hogan, because of Eric Bischoff. They can't freaking accept to this day it was a business decision, bro.
And actually, like, you used the clip of my partial response to that for last week's Castrating the Marks. It's actually, you took a clip where I'm explaining, and the bit where I've already answered that part of it, and then I'm explaining why Tony Khan isn't clever. And to paraphrase it for guys that haven't seen it, if you don't want to go out and check Twitter or whatever, you should go and listen to Castrating the Marks, because it's the 200th episode that I'm on. But basically, what, in a nutshell, what I'm saying is that his teeny tiny business, which is worth a fraction of the other businesses that he owns, is where he dedicates his times to, while his sports franchises are crashing down beneath him, and both of his teams are failing. His fan bases hate him. They want him dead.
I don't blame him. And Billy, on top of that, listen, we're starting to get real numbers now. So let me take that one step further, bro. Just this week, he's on Renee's. What was her name at the WWE? Moxley's wife,
Renee Paquette.
Yeah, Paquette. Okay, bro. He was on her podcast again, talking about what a great success AEW is. Right. Okay, Billy, we're starting to get real numbers now. When they kicked off in 2019 in October, they were averaging, I believe it was 913 viewers per episode. Over the course of 2020, that went down to 803,000. Bro, thus far into 2021, they are below that. So now, bro, we are able to look at 15, 16 months, and you are able to see a model of a company losing viewers consistently. And this guy is going on these podcasts. Billy, what's the success that he's talking about? Like, so where are they successful? This is a guy that was a wrestling mark. He saw a niche market. He had $1 billion. He had a connection to a network, and he got a TV deal for this niche product. Bro, anybody with the money and anybody with the connection could have done that. What success is he talking about, Billy?
I think the only success that I will credit them for is getting this deal in the first place. But I don't think that TNT was signing up for the numbers that they were getting. I think they were obviously pleased with the opening night and the opening week or two or whatever, but like now, yeah, the consistency is not there with the numbers. As I broke down what TNT are paying and what per show is, there's no return on that, because the advertisers that advertise on wrestling programming don't pay the premium that certain other top advertisers pay, such as you want cars, as I was mentioning, as a big thing. Like, you don't want junk food. And wrestling adverts are primarily junk food, and you may be able to upsell to grooming companies such as shavers, etc. But that's it. Like, there's not a high demand for that, and or there's not a high that doesn't have a high sales value. So for what they're selling those ads for, car manufacturers and people aren't going to see it worth being their time to advertise in those spots. Real sports, other live sports are all succeeding at the moment in the pandemic. I mean, that's part of why this Peacock deal came to fruition. And that's the side of it I really want to talk about. Yeah, I mean, to draw a line under it, no, AEW is not successful. No, AEW is making enough money from their TV deals to pay the wages of the contracts that they have. AEW has already set aside an additional $100 million that they're willing to lose to become competitive with the WWE by the time that 5-year window goes. But that at the moment is them outsourcing their own figure deals, their own video games, and all things of these natures to look equal. But I would very much doubt anybody is approaching them off the back of numbers like 750,000. So you may see the illusion out there where they're saying all of our figures are sold out. Well, they've been manufactured at much lesser numbers, and they're not sold widely in major stores. Will we have a video game? Yeah, you'll get a video game, and you'll get like T-shirts, and you'll have everything that WWE have in 2 years. Whether there's demand for it or not, the optical illusion will be out there that AEW are competing. The real fact that you need to look at is the number that they do on Wednesday to see if they are really competing or not. And turning around and putting a spin on it and saying, "Oh, we leveled Raw on 18 to 45s or whatever," doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit if your 18 to 45-year-olds earn between $16,000 to $22,000 per year, which I said it doesn't mean anything to advertisers, because those 18 to 45-year-olds are worth the same as my dad, who's in his 60s, because my dad earns more than those 18 to 45-year-olds. That's the I can't understand. It's so frustrating to me why I have to keep explaining that why this 18 to 45 demo doesn't mean anything when you're talking about a wrestling community. That's why WWE have never actually. I mean, look at WWE. They are whores for any metric that they can get. Like they lie about having 1 billion viewers a week based on their social media and their YouTube numbers, when we know it's the same fans that are being recycled over and over and over and over again. Like they lied about Stephanie McMahon being the most successful businesswoman or whatever that award was a few months ago, when the award didn't have a women's category. She came second in the overall competition. They announced that she was the #1 female in the world. Okay. Like they spin everything, but they have never spanned an 18 to 45 demo on their television, because it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything because this fan base doesn't have a high enough monetary value compared to an NFL monetary value of an 18 to 45-year-old. Because I assure you, very, very successful people are sitting there watching their NFL team. It's a fact.
Yep.
But moving on to what I was talking about and what I want about on the other show. These marks, these journalists, they're called journalists. I'm not called a journalist. I consider myself to be a sports betting expert who inherits some wrestling information on the side. Like, I'm a wrestling fan, and I have been for 31 years now, who is privy to information. I don't call myself a wrestling journalist. So in which case, they should be better than me, and they should be doing a better job than me. They don't know how to report business and numbers and like real sports. They don't know how to do it. I had this as my main story this week, and I was totally prepared, Vince, to drop it down to something that we did at the bottom of the show, because I figured everyone's going to pick this up. Everyone's going to break down the numbers. They're going to have like the years, the subs, the plan, how they move forward, the logistics of Peacock and how it will work, the tiered system. Nothing. Like nothing. No, and all they turned around and spoken about.
Bro, you know what they did? Let me tell you what they did, bro, Billy. Let me tell you Alvarez's extent of the Peacock deal. You know what he did, Billy? Here's what he did. He took the number of subscribers that the WWE network has, and he took how much per year Peacock was paying for this deal, and then he divided the number of subscribers into the number Peacock is paying, and he basically turned around and said, oh, yeah, Peacock is paying like $100,000 per subscriber. That was the extent of what he did, bro. He took the subscription, how much Peacock is getting a year, divided one into the other, and figured out per subscriber, that's how much Peacock is paying. That was the extent of it, bro. That was it.
Well, that's pointless. Everybody knows for a while they've been stuck on $2 million, and actually that's not even correct, because Peacock are paying $200 million a year, and WWE have 2 million subscribers. So that's just basic math. You just divide
right
the 200 million by 20, but that's not the intricacies of the deal. That's not how it works, and that's not what Peacock are doing. Like, if he thinks that 2 million people are going to transfer over to Peacock, then he's a moron. Like, that wouldn't make sense. That wouldn't even make financial sense to WWE, because I'm going into my story here, but I just explained to you how dumb Alvarez is now. The WWE network has 2 million subs at $9.99 a month, right? That amounts to $20 million a month that WWE gets, so they get $240 million. If everybody went over to Peacock and they're getting $200 million for Peacock, didn't Vince McMahon just burn $40 million?
Yeah, he just lost $40 million. Yeah.
Right. Yep. I'm actually going to explain why he didn't and how that deal is going to work and why the analysts went through with it. And I'm going to talk more about Nick Khan, the only guy that I'm the only person, the non-journalist, who seems to know who this person is.
Yeah, I brought him up again on one of my broadcasts, and I told the story about Billy, and I said, Billy, correct me if I'm assuming this guy negotiated the deal, correct?
Yeah, this is what he's there for. He's there to do these deals, and there'll be more deals that he's going to do. This is why he was one of the most sought after people in the industry, and WWE stole him from a company that they were negotiating with in order to bring him in, because they've always had to negotiate with him, and they just thought he was a I've forgotten actually, because it was a way back on another. WWE hire a third party. So WWE hire a third party to negotiate deals. Sorry, did I disappear for a second?
Yeah, Billy, when you move, you're kind of going robotic. So try not to move that much.
Right. The company that WWE used to broker the deal, to broker all of their TV deals, Fox and USA Network, they always paid that company 10%, and it's an old story now, so I'll cover it here. It was originally an exclusive to the Nitty Gritty Dirt Show, but WWE basically hire a company always to go and negotiate the deals. Nick Khan was the guy that always did that for them. Nick Khan got them the Fox deal, and they owed 10% to Nick Khan's company that employed him. They fell so in love with Nick Khan, instead of having that company negotiate and requesting Nick Khan specifically, they employed Nick Khan for the WWE for a 7-figure salary. And he's already gone and got this deal. I will explain why it's not a deal that loses you $40 million. Why on the other side, Peacock, I'm not paying $10 a sub. That's not what's happening here at all. So I'm really going to break this down. It may take up a large portion of the show, but it's not complicated either, because I've written everything down so that we will make it really simple, so that a 9-year-old can understand, a 10-year-old can understand.
All right, what else, bro? What are the highlights? Because I know Royal Rumble's coming up. What other highlights do we have on the Nitty Gritty Dirt Show?
Yeah, so I know Vince likes to talk about business, but we're going to make him talk about the Royal Rumble and give some predictions on it. So we're gonna balance that seesaw out with like what Vince hates and what Vince loves. So we'll talk about the weekend's Royal Rumble, because I know guys like that. From there, we'll talk about some people that are still out with COVID, key people that are touch and go for this weekend, and just a crazy story here, like about these unwritten rules in WWE, Vinceisms. We saw a big Vinceism this week on Raw, sorry, and I'm going to explain that Vinceism and then talk about how stupid it actually is. Somebody asked me a comment here, Billy. Do you think WrestleVotes steals news from you? I've got the comments up now. WrestleVotes, you suck for me. I want you guys to go on your browser and type in WrestleVotes.com, because as soon as I saw WrestleVotes on Twitter and saw that he was stealing my news, because he used to work for me and his grammar and punctuation was bad. Like, we were putting out loads when we were a website before we were a Patreon. He put out loads of stuff that was a bit embarrassing, because I'm a bit of a punctuation and grammar Nazi. So I had to get rid of this kid. And this kid formed WrestleVotes, and I saw that the dirt sheets were picking it up, which is ridiculous, which shows how unreliable they are, because they use this Twitter account. So I immediately purchased WrestleVotes.com so that this Twitter account couldn't have any growth. Now, that may be a shitty thing for me to do, but it's more shitty to steal my news and pretend that you are what you're not when you're an ex-employee of mine. So if you don't believe me, go to WrestleVotes.com and it will take you straight to the dirty sheets. And that's been able to do that for the last 3 years, because I'm not stupid enough to let this guy grow into a dirt sheet.
Wow. All right, Billy, what's happening with lock betting? Super Bowl, bro, 2 weeks away. What's going on with lock betting?
Yeah, so usually I would say head over to lockbetting.com to subscribe in time to get the Royal Rumble results, Royal Rumble picks for this weekend, because I know wrestling fans will want that. But I'm going to say wait to sign up till February the 1st, because you're only going to get 2 days now. I guarantee we'll make the money. We'll make the subscription fee by signing up to lockbetting.com this weekend. You will make your money back on the Royal Rumble because we'll know everything by Sunday. But you are better off waiting till Monday to sign up to lockbetting.com, because then you'll get the NFL, you'll get our NBA every night, you'll get our soccer, you'll get the Australian Open tennis and all the stuff we're making money on. As we sit here at the moment, we've made over £1,500 this month. And that was during a rough period, because we started this month well, and we had a period where over 3 days where we lost about 700, and we had to win that back. So we currently sit at £1,500 up for the month, and we're looking to make our usual £2,000 profit per month as we head home this weekend. And the Royal Rumble is going to help towards that. To lessen the cost of signing up at lockbetting.com, you can sign up to thedirtysheets.com, and you can get a combat pack, which is UFC, boxing, and WWE. That will only cost you $40. Or I'm going to do something special this weekend. If you contact me here at my Twitter, which is why I've got it up, at dirtysheets.com, on Sunday night, I will send you the Royal Rumble picks for $25 if you send me $25 via my Cash App. So I've got Cash App now. Idea that someone came with. So you can give Cash App or PayPal. DM me anytime on Sunday. Send me the $25, and I'll just send you the Royal Rumble stuff on and it'll be Sunday evening by the time I get the information. So
you'll give them for $25. You'll give them the result to bet on for every single match.
Maybe not every single match, because I don't know because some of them are not that important, and I'm not sure what we're going to get through. But yeah, I'll be able to give them. I'd be able to give them enough to parlay together to make money, and individual results as well. Obviously, the Royal Rumble winner, there's 30 guys in there, and they're always going to be at plus money. So yeah, like the Royal Rumble, unless somebody moves on to odds on, which is basically where you have to put. Say, for example, if someone goes to like 4 to 5 odds. So when you do 5 to 4 odds, you're betting $40 to win 50, which adds up to 90. When it goes to 4 to 5 odds, you're betting $50 to win 40, and that still goes to 90. So, but what you did is you put more on to win less, whereas the other way, which is plus odds, which is the way we like it, that's winning more money than you put down. But a lot of guys do that. A lot of professional bettors, they will bet. So, for example, someone's asking about the Super Bowl here. The Chiefs will be the favorites, but they'll be the odds-on favorites. The spread will be what is 50-50, and at the moment, that's Chiefs -3. So if you want to bet the Chiefs individually, say, for example, you want to win $100, right? You have to bet 150 on the Chiefs to win 100. The opposite is almost applicable for the Bucks. You only have to bet 100 to win 140. The bookies always have that edge. They never give you 100 to bet 150 on Tampa and then 150 to win 100 on the Chiefs. They always have a tiny little bit of margin where they can always win.
I got to tell you, Billy, I've been lucky with the Super Bowl in the past, bro, because a lot of years I take the underdog with no points. So I take the underdog to outright win, and I've been lucky with that. I took the Bucks to outright win. I keep the points. You win more money that way. If you think the Bucks are going to win, just pick them to win, right?
Yeah, I don't, and I hope they won't, because we were eliminated by the Bucks this weekend, the Packers.
That's right, they were, bro. Yeah,
we played really badly, but also Tom Brady gets a hell of a lot of calls that other quarterbacks don't get. His teams gets. I mean, there was pulling and tugging throughout the entire game, and at the end of the game, when it kills it for Brady's team, you call something that you've not called for the entire game. But obviously, Green Bay froze. The defense didn't play. There was a third down where Aaron Rodgers could have ran it in, and he chose to throw a pass. Yeah. The coach kicks that field goal. LaFleur kicks that field goal, which is inexplicable, makes no sense. So yeah, there was a lot of bad calls, a lot of what we call it in UK, we just call it bottling it. And I feel like they bottled it. The occasion got to them more than the Bucks, who didn't even particularly play well. I mean, Brady did throw 3 interceptions at the end, so yeah, their nuts were dropping as well. Like at the end of that, like they were finding it difficult to see the game out as well. But yeah, I just think it occurred to me during that game that even if we get there, or if the Bucks get there, and whoever gets there, the winner's going to come from the other game. And I didn't have any faith in the Bills being there. But this is a team that just make ridiculous comebacks. Like they were down in this game against the Bills, not as significantly as they were in last year's Super Bowl, but their kid Mahomes, like he's well on the way to surpassing all of the quarterbacks that we have now. Like to do this, what he's doing at his age, and he's not like he's very different to Brady. He's like Rodgers, but he seems to be able to see it over the line, whereas Rodgers had the mobility. He's always had the mobility and the throw and being able to make crazy plays. Brady's always like sat in the pocket, and he's never been able to cope with people running at him. But this kid, this Mahomes, he can do anything. He can run and make first downs by himself. He can escape from defenders and make plays. He's rarely sacked. He can make ridiculous throws. He can find people. He knows what calls to play at the right times. He's got probably one of the best coaches of all time in Andy Reid. Like this team, I wouldn't bet against this team.
Yeah. All right, Billy, tell me about Podcast on a Pole. Yes,
Podcast on a Pole this month drops on the same day as the Royal Rumble. So when you're sitting in looking forward to the Royal Rumble on Sunday, there's going to be a free hour and a half in your day, I'm sure, where you could download Podcast on a Pole. Actually, I don't think it's as long as that. It might be because Cav adds little clips from the month when it's complete. He does a really good job of that, adding little clippets to make the show better. Some WWE suing customs and immigrations enforcement. What's that for? Right? Tell me what that's for. I'm sorry, I'm reading the comments on the side. So Podcast on a Pole out on Sunday. This is where we move into going month by month. So now we're at January 97. We only talk about January 97. We talk about the entire month of WWE. We touch on WCW. Bear in mind, Vince is here. He's on Livewire, and he's doing Raw Magazine, and he's producing. He's working 8 till 8. He's 1 month away from taking over as the head writer. This is a key month. WWE are running the Royal Rumble in the stadium. We asked Vince if that's a response to what WCW is doing. We have stories here about why everybody hates Vader. We have stories here about the creative. We have almost half the show is stuff like I didn't even know about Sean and Brett and working with Sean and working with Brett and the real issues behind him. And why is Vince one of the only guys that doesn't like Todd Pettengill? And I think that I'd listen just for that, because I was thinking, oh, how can anybody not like this guy? But there is a reason, and we talk about it on the show.
Yeah. All right, guys, that is it. We're gonna go talk some turkey now. I love talking business with Billy, man. I got my notebook ready because that's what I do. I take notes what Billy's gonna say about this deal. Then the whole rest of the week, I'm gonna take these notes on all my show, and it's gonna sound like I know what the hell I'm talking about. Meanwhile, it was Billy. So, guys,
if you just mentioned Nick Khan, you're about 2 steps ahead of these.
Yeah, exactly. So, you guys check it out, man, on Patreon.com/Russo TWC. Oh, what about Austin's Toys, bro?
Oh, yeah. Austin's Instagram is at Austin's Toys. He's also writing for me at the dirtysheets.com on Patreon. The Austin Report is out.
Which is awesome.
With his Royal Rumble predictions and things that he's shooting in. He's super high on Goldberg and McIntyre. I don't know why. But yeah, the Austin Report's there, and at Austin's Toys is his Instagram. He actually got online with Vince and a special guest on Sunday for his birthday. I just wanted to mention that and thank you for coming on and doing that. So I did touch base with Vince and on his 60th with
awesome. That was awesome. Yeah,
we did have one. We're not talking about who it was, but we did have one other guy pop on with us.
And it was pretty cool. All right, guys, we are going to hop on the Nitty Gritty Dirt Show. Go to patreon.com/Russo TWC. We will see you over there.